Hi, Miss Irvin. Welcome to my science project where we had to create a 3D model, a booklet, and gather information and how it applies to our life. For my project, I decided to choose the plant cell. The plant cell is made up of a nucleus and nucleolus, a vacuole, the cell wall, the mitochondrion, and the endoplasmic reticulum, both smooth and rough, chloroplasts, ribosomes, and a Golgi apparatus. Plant cells are extremely important to me in real life because, first off, they grow food and grass. For example, here they're growing onions. The plant cells are using the leaves to collect sunlight to make food for the onion that is currently growing in the ground. Plant cells are also extremely relevant to my life because they form trees which create oxygen for me to breathe and basically survive. The plant cell has many organelles, one of the main ones being the nucleus. The nucleus stores the plant cell's DNA, and the DNA is basically the plant cell's code on how to live and reproduce, and make other of its kind. The mitochondria is also an extremely important part of the cell. The mitochondria uses its internal wave-like patterns to generate energy for the cell, and so it can power the cell and survive. The chloroplast is another very, very important part of the cell. The chloroplast uses photosynthesis to create food for the plant cell, which helps it survive. The mitochondria is also an extremely important part of the cell. The mitochondria uses its internal wave-like patterns to generate energy for the cell, and so it can power the cell and survive. Last but not least, we have the cell wall. The cell wall is almost like the wall of a house. It helps keep the structural formation of the cell, which also, including with that, helps it protect the inside of the cell and helps to keep everything protected from the outside conditions of the cell. I found it very easy to compare a plant cell to a car. For example, the nucleus would be compared to the driving manual because it's basically like a set of instructions on how to do something. I also found it easy to compare the engine to the mitochondria, because for the mitochondria is basically like the powerhouse of the cell, which generates most of the energy to keep the cell running, just like an engine of a car. Plant cells apply to my personal life because personally, I think plants are beautiful, and plants are in my opinion, one of the most beautiful things on earth. They help us breathe with oxygen, and just look at them. They're beautiful green color, and they're all made up of plant cells. This is my 3D model. To make it, I used green construction paper and modeling putty for the organelles. I used tape to keep everything together, toothpicks for the flagpole, and little pieces of paper for the little flags. Here I have the nucleus of the cell, which consists of the nucleus and the nucleolus. They both read. The nucleolus plays a key role in processing the RNA. The nucleus flag says the nucleus controls the actions of the cell with DNA. Here I made two versions of the chloroplast. Here it reads, organelles that use light energy to make food, a sugar glucose. Another example is the cell membrane. It provides protection for a cell, transporting things as well, keeping things in place. Thank you for watching my project, and I hope you enjoyed.